So let's talk about income.
So income, and Tom, bear with me. My computer just died. So this is good. I get to, instead of going through an outline, I can just talk. Income basically for an investment that we're looking at in multifamily real estate, your income is derived pretty much from your rental income, right? That's the revenue you're getting. You guys probably know that, I mean, in your buildings, you get your rent every month. What else? What other income do you get?
Mark, what are other, besides the rental income, what else we got here?
You get, maybe lease renewal fees or coin machines.
Laundry, right?
Yeah, laundry.
Pet fees, parking.
Yeah, parking.
Pet fees are good. Move in, move out fees. I've seen fees for a lot of different things. I think a lot of operators right now are using RUBS or kind of a utility bill back, some way to recapture some of their utility costs, especially if they're providing heat through a boiler. People are starting to charge for water and sewer. I've even had a few clients tell me that they have a specific fee for tax increases that Cook County is laying on them, but that's a discussion for time. And so basically your income is simple, that you look at the income that you're currently getting, and maybe as a broker, I'll look at the building and try to figure out, because my pro forma or my year one is to see, okay, what is the market doing for this building? Are they maximizing their income realistically? Sure, there might be one unit in the building that's, let's say it's a 6 flat with all 2-bedroom, 1-bath units, and 5 of the units are rented for $1,500, but one unit is rented for $1,850, right? I want to look at that one unit and understand. I think when I first started, I would say, oh, wow, $1,850, that's market. I'm going to move all the rents to $1,850 right away. And that'll be my pro forma. And I got a lot of pushback from the market saying like, why, right? So I try to figure out where the market rents are. You look at comps, and then I'll set my market rents realistically towards the higher end of where I think an operator can achieve in the current state without doing any work to those units. That's what my year one works. If I think it's a value add project and I think somebody's gonna have to spend money to improve on the bathrooms or improve the kitchen or add an amenity, right? Add in-unit laundry right now, you'll be able to kick up your rent. It costs money to get there. And so then in my OM, what you'll see is I'll have maybe a year one with renovation, like post renovation, and that'll incorporate, whatever I'm thinking the capital improvement cost will be at the beginning to the purchase price to get the same, I guess, value metrics that I'm going to talk about later.
Yeah. So 2 comments there. So one, I do think S6 does a nice job of at least outlining. A lot of times you just see the pro forma, but you don't see hey, it's going to take you $200,000 to get there. Mm-hmm. Right. So whether the construction number is wrong, there's at least an effort to come there and say, we estimate it's going to be this to get you to this, right? Just to help kind of guide the investor there. One other note for investors out there, I think one thing that people struggle with is in that example, like, hey, we can raise rents to $1,800 without doing any work. Keep in mind, you are doing work, right? You were having very tough conversations. You are going to get some pushback. Like you're not just pushing a button and making that happen. So to just think like, oh, there's no effort here because there's no rehab, there's still a lot of effort. And you can't just pay top dollar for that. You're the one putting in that effort. Maybe not as tough as an effort as rehab, but you are putting an effort to make that happen. Right. Mark, you're going to comment there.
Well, I was to say, we were trying to figure out a metric around what the breaking point is for people to move versus actually pay a huge increase as well too. So that's something to always look at. So that $1,800 market rent, if they're paying $1,400,
yeah, you might get $1,550 or whatever. You're not.
There's
just
a good chance
you're
either. Yeah, you're going to fall short of that, or if you try pushing it, they're going to move, and then you're going to have a few $1,000 turnover, and then a cost associated. You might get up to that, but it's still going to cost you, whether it be lost rent or improvements, $4 or $5 grand to get to that point.
It still can be great deals. Factor this all in though, right? Yes. Like that's the point.
That's a great point that both you made. There's no magic button that just says, oh, just because you're getting this rent in one unit or the market rent is, $1,800, it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to jump to that with all your units. You may have to negotiate, accept $1,500, accept $1,600, and take what you can because you want to avoid that move out. I just actually sold a building. I think it closed in July, and I knew that the market rents were about 10% below market. And I put that in my OM, explained it, and the guy that bought it said he agreed. And before we even closed, we were able to change. It was a 12-unit building. We got 4 of those units were bumped up to the market rent that I put in my OM without a problem. Tenants were like, we'll do it. After it closed, that same operator said he couldn't get those rents. The tenants didn't bump up, and he actually went down in some of his rents. So like, I felt terrible thinking, shoot, like I had these market rents in there and I believed him, and he's not able to get them. So it's not just like this guarantee that you're going to get there. It does take. So.
One other tidbit to add here. If you have undervalued rents like this, when you are under contract, you need to make it crystal clear that the current seller, if you're the buyer of the situation, cannot renew any leases, because he might be friendly with them and put them on a 5-year lease at that lower market rent, and then you're handcuffed, right? That's got to be in your attorney review just to protect yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Even on a single unit, that should be in there as well too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without your permission.
Most attorneys will keep that in. I know when I'm writing up offers, I put that in. And additionally, if there is I'm pretty sure if you do an offer or if you see a sweetheart lease that's 4 years and at a below market rate, you can usually get that wiped out. But it has to be agreed